The sister of a Filipino farm worker who died in a fire in Grooville in Jersey says he wasn't paid on time and lit the fire in his portable home to keep warm. George Castrudes was rescued by firefighters in January this year, but died in hospital 4 days later. The inquest into his death is due to continue tomorrow. Amar Ibrahim reports.
George Castrudes was 37 years old and had been working in Jersey as a farmer for 4 years. He had a partner and 3 children in the Philippines. What was he like as a brother to you?
George is the middle child of our family. He is a very hardworking man. He is the most sweetest sibling that I have. He has 3 daughters, and George is really striving hard in life just to provide a better future for his children.
George felt he'd be better able to support his family financially through his work in Jersey, but Grace said he was struggling to afford the basics in the weeks before his death because he wasn't being paid on time.
There are times that my brother doesn't have enough money to buy his food. Every time he told me about that situation, I was really shocked.
The BBC has seen text messages that George sent his partner. In one message he said, "So annoying, still no salary up to now. This is what I hate most here." In another text he wrote, "Damn it, still no salary. I have no rice to cook tomorrow." Grace said George was also struggling to afford the heating in the portable home he lived in.
The night before the incident happened, George told me that he is making a fire because he cannot bear the cold at that time.
But the fire George lit got out of control. He was rescued by the fire service but died in hospital 4 days later. A preliminary inquest heard he died from carbon monoxide poisoning. The BBC approached George's employer Paul Blake for comment, but his lawyer told us it would be inappropriate for his client to comment while the inquest was ongoing. Amar Ibrahim, BBC Channel Islands News, Jersey.
Jersey police are appealing for witnesses to an assault in St Helier. Officers say a man in his 50s needed stitches after an argument with an unknown man near the junction of Punar and Aquila Roads shortly before midnight last Saturday evening. Jersey's government accounts have an overall deficit of $345 million, according to experts who've been analysing public finances. The Fiscal Policy Panel says the government started spending more than its income during the pandemic, and it's a trend that's continued since. The deficit's so far been financed by taking from reserves and borrowing. Parts of Guernsey's copper broadband network are being switched off. The Saints say 2/3 of homes have already moved to the new fibre system as part of a £38 million upgrade to improve broadband services for islanders. Now, recently, we've been hearing from experts who say Guernsey needs more young people to help support the economy in future. And now the group responsible for helping wealthy people move to the island says more young entrepreneurs are showing an interest. So what difference could it make for the island's demographic and its future economy? Our political reporter John Fernandez has been finding out.
For 10 years, Locate Guernsey has been selling the island to wealthy people, trying to get them to move here. So far, they've brought hundreds of people and businesses to the island, and this year, interest remains high, with more young families getting in touch.
The demographic has changed, it's become a lot younger. There are so many people in tech, so many people wanting to do different things. We have a lot of entrepreneurs, people who might have sold a business in the UK or elsewhere. They want to start something else in Guernsey. There's a lot going on under the surface and bubbling away, and it's actually really exciting.
Locate are keen to stress many incomers leave a positive mark on the island. None more obvious at the moment than billionaire Steve Lansdowne with his new golf course at Vazon Bay.
Guernsey tax regime is very attractive to people coming to live on the island. I have to say it's one of the reasons I came. I think if they mess about with the tax regime too much, that could, be a disadvantage and people might go somewhere else.
For directors Nicola and Clive, it wasn't comfy tax arrangements that brought them here.
We just have a bit more freedom, realistically, to be able to do things, and everything's kind of, it's 7 minutes to town or it's 5 minutes to the coast. Everything's so accessible, I think probably that's the biggest thing, isn't it?
You can get a lot more done in a day. You know, you can do the food shop, go to the gym, and still be at your desk for 9 o'clock. So it's, you know, walk the dogs.
With another difficult budget on the way in the UK, Locate Guernsey say they are poised and ready to take advantage of any uncertainty. As while reform may be in the works here, the island's flat income tax rate and lack of inheritance and capital gains tax look unlikely to change. And that means for Locate, the island remains an easy sell to incomers. John Fernandez, BBC Channel Islands News, Guernsey.